Cronkite News, find out why a red card was overturned by FIFA and how fans are reacting to this news.
Anybody on this team missing, we're gonna feel it because everybody brings something different, and we need everybody to bring it every single night.
Plus, another player gone. See how the Phoenix Mercury plan to keep building momentum as they begin a 2-game stretch at home.
And the Trump administration launched new savings accounts today. How it could affect the youngest members in your family, coming up next on Cronkite News. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Zoe Lamb.
And I'm Andrew Montana. Thank you all so much for joining us. First off, a big match for the U.S. men's national team as it takes on Belgium in the round of 16 tonight in Seattle.
The match has some controversy surrounding it as an American player was issued a red card suspension that was then overturned yesterday by FIFA. President Trump taking some credit for that.
Now we have team coverage with Will Mahan in Washington, D.C. with more on the president's influence.
But we begin with Emily Montano at the touchscreen with more on the controversy and the reaction to it.
The U.S. men's national team will have one of its biggest offensive weapons available tonight. In a stunning reversal, FIFA's Independent Disciplinary Committee overturned Folarin Balogu's red card suspension. The red card came in the game against Bosnia and was hotly debated on social media as to whether or not the play deserved a red card. The American team also disputed the call, saying it was incidental contact. Then yesterday, 4 days after the game, FIFA lifts the suspension, citing Article 27, which states in part that FIFA's judicial body is allowed to suspend the execution of the sanction. The sanction remains in force but does not have to be served immediately. It was reported hours later that U.S. President Donald Trump said he called FIFA President Gianni Infantino, lobbying him to review the suspension. Infantino confirmed that he spoke with Trump but said the review process was already underway. Still, some in the soccer world say the optics look bad for the host nation.
You can't change the rules of a tournament in the middle of the tournament to suit a host nation. It makes a mockery of the showcase. Of what's been an incredible showcase so far. It's not fair to Belgium. It's not fair to the United States as well. You know, if the US go on and win today, and Balogun plays a minute, the rest of the world is going to be tainted.
It comes as no surprise that Belgium is furious over the reverse suspension, calling it, quote, an astonishing decision they have since challenged. At the touchscreen, Emily Montano, Cronkite News.
Thanks, Emily. It should make for a very interesting game tonight.
That's right. And so what exactly is the president's role in all of this? Our very own Will Mahan joins us right now from Washington, D.C., where he has reactions from fans and the latest from President Trump.
Thank you, guys. The decision to suspend the ban for a year drew cheers here at the FIFA Fan Zone in Washington. We'll hear from some of them. FIFA says Trump's lobbying didn't make a difference, but Europe's Soccer Federation has cried foul. So has the European Commission. Trump defends his role in the reversal, saying he only asked FIFA to reconsider a red card that he and many other American fans viewed as unfair.
So I saw the play, and I'm a person that loves sports and was a good athlete, and I understand sports really well, really well. And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was two guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other.
They ended up getting the decision right because that wasn't a red card. It shouldn't have been. VAR has been very controversial this World Cup, and I think it's good that they got the call right.
Yeah, he should be out this game. But good luck to the U.S. for that game, but I think he should be out.
Fans we talked to are clearly also divided on the issue, as questions about fairness and integrity in the World Cup are now playing large on the world stage. In Washington, I'm Will Mahan, Cronkite News.
Thank you, Will. The other big story from the World Cup, Mexico's loss to England, ending its dreams of winning their first world title.
That's right, and nothing was going well for Mexico off rip when a lightning storm caused the game to be delayed.
A strong start from England with 2 goals scored by Jude Bellingham within 90 seconds of each other. Mexico responded quick with a goal of their own made by Julian Quinones in the second half. A penalty goal from each team wrapped up the game, and despite being down a player on the field, England claimed victory. Now, 3 Lions return to the pitch on Saturday facing Norway for the quarterfinals.
The Phoenix Mercury are in the middle of a 3-game homestand as they welcome in the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever this week. Throughout the first half of the season, the Mercury have faced plenty of challenges, and our very own Carlos Palomera tells us the goal is to take these challenges and build momentum from them.
The Phoenix Mercury have had their share of obstacles this season, from a heavy road schedule to suspensions and even roster changes. The Mercury are sitting at 8-3 on the year, but a 3-game win streak is keeping them optimistic.
We faced a lot of adversity this year already, and with bodies coming in and out, we've been searching, and I think we've found something that we can lean on.
Chemistry between any team is important, and the Mercury have been able to bond more even with all the challenges. From practice to supporting each other outside of the court, this team has been able to build an important foundation for the second half of the season.
Yeah, I think just focusing on the game in front of us, getting better day to day, just doing what we do best to the best of our ability as consistently as possible, and, good things will happen.
While the road to the halfway point in the season for the Mercury has been a little rocky, that adversity has shaped them into building momentum for the second half of the season.
That we were only a third of the way of the season when we were kind of having those peaks and valleys, all that adversity, and I think those things are all good for us because all we got to do is make the playoffs. Once you're in, everyone's got a chance, and that's certainly our goal.
While the roster continues to evolve with a handful of players out with injury, the team knows that each player is a crucial piece of the winning puzzle.
Anybody on this team missing, we're gonna feel it because everybody brings something different, and we need everybody to bring it every single night.
In Phoenix, Carlos Palomera, Cronkite News.
Thursday's game against the Fever will be contentious as Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark square off again. Last time they did so was June 24th when AT was suspended for a physical altercation with the Fever's star guard.
The votes are in. The MLB All-Star roster has officially been announced, and you might have noticed some familiar names. 2 Diamondbacks players have made the roster. Outfielder Corbin Carroll will play as a reserve player. This is his 3rd All-Star selection in his 4 Major League season. As for left-handed pitcher Eduardo Rodriguez, it's his 1st All-Star selection. He also pitched for Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic, where they beat Team USA for the championship earlier this year. The All-Star game will take place on July 14th, hosted by the Philadelphia Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. Coming up next, a local bowling league is catching attention here in the Valley.
But the players are having to make a difficult decision between their careers and their bowling aspirations.
Professionally, I am a physical therapist. If I'm not at work, I'm either bowling, hiking, running, or walking my dog.
The whole frame coming up next on Cronkite News.
Plus, it was a bit overcast this weekend, but the sun is back, and so are the high temps. We'll have your full forecast coming up next. Welcome back to Cronkite News. While some people look forward to fireworks, others, myself included, Prepare for the annual 4th of July Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest.
I think I can pull out the win, and if the conditions are right, and I find a mean, nasty rhythm, a record is possible. And the crowd it's an amazing crowd.
Joey Chestnut won his 18th title, consuming a whopping 66 dogs in 10 minutes, rocketing 15 ahead of his opponent. According to Major League Eating, his all-time record came in 2021, where he ate 76 hot dogs and buns. This won him $10,000, but more importantly, the mustard yellow belt.
Now to a different type of competition where big money is still at stake. Bowlers taking part in the CBE Cactus Classic need to strike a balance between their full-time careers and developing their sporting dreams. Our very own Nathaniel Garcia shows us how their work outside the lanes prepares them for the competition inside them.
The 5th annual CBE Cactus Classic draws some of the best bowlers across the region. With finding their groove on the lane and $10,000 on the line, every frame matters. For many of these bowlers, the hours they spend at work during the week make the time they spend here even more meaningful.
Professionally, I am a physical therapist. If I'm not at work, I'm either bowling, hiking, running, or walking my dog.
Ryan Howard's day job can be an advantage to his bowling career. He understands how the body recovers, which helps him stay ready for long tournaments.
It does, to an extent. I mean, every kind of sport will have its own nuances as far as injuries go, so I think it does give me a little bit of an advantage to kind of address that before they get out of control.
Howard isn't the only one balancing a career with competition. Just a few lanes over, an automotive technician is trading his toolbox for a bowling bag. Tyler Milbrandt is focused on making the right adjustments on the lanes instead of under the hood.
So for me, it's more of a hobby, more of a serious hobby where I get professional coaching, I practice. It gets me out of the house when I'm sitting at home with nothing to do and gives me something to go do.
These bowlers may come from different professions, but this weekend they share the same goal, turning the hours they spend working during the week into a chance to win $10,000 on these lanes.
And while some leave their jobs behind when they walk into the bowling center, others say work and the sport go hand in hand.
I actually work at a bowling center, like just kind of a bowling center junkie, if you want to call it that. I just bowl as a hobby, really. Just try to enjoy life while I can, travel to new places, see where life takes me at this point. I mean, with this sport, opportunities are endless.
Every frame can help build momentum, and this year's Cactus Classic is just one stop for these competitors. And for these bowlers, the biggest victory may be proving that they can balance their careers and their passion for the sport. In Sun City, Nathaniel Garcia, Cronkite News.
The Cactus Classic is the first event of the Southwest Swing Points race. The tournament awarded $10,000 to its champion and attracts competitors from all across the United States.
Well, if you spent any time outside today, you know it's hot, but it's about to get even hotter.
I know that's right. Madison Kaminsky joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast. Madison?
Thank you, Andrew. And hotter is right. We're going to see our temperatures by 8 p.m. By the time you're heading home from that USA watch party, is still going to be in those triple digits, and even into 10 p.m. still above that century mark. And even into the morning, we're not going to really get that much relief. Here in Phoenix, we'll be at 90 degrees. Places along the rim generally in the 60s, 50s up in Flagstaff and the Grand Canyon as well. Those daytime highs, it's going to be sizzling. We're going to see here in Phoenix 113 degrees, Gila Bend at 115 degrees, and places to the western part of the state as well. Really warm, and century mark over up in Sedona. That warm temperature trend is going to continue through basically all of this week. We have extreme heat warnings, one in the eastern part of the state, one in the southern part of the state, and up at the Grand Canyon. So major heat risk is coming in. There's also an extreme heat watch from Wednesday night through Saturday night. So if you have plans to go up there this weekend, just keeping that in mind. And the reason why we are having this heating up is high pressure is starting to build, and that's also drawing in some moisture. So we have some rain chances in the high country around 2 p.m. on Tuesday. We'll see more moisture, hotter temperatures, and that terrain all coming into play, southeastern part of the state as well as along the rim. And this trend is going to continue into the next couple of days. We'll see on Wednesday around the same time, 3:30 p.m. We'll get those rain showers along the rim, places in southeastern Arizona. It's going to be generally what's going on. As far as the rest of this week, 115 degrees, our first one of the year on Wednesday. Are those overnight lows as well will not give us much of a break. We have extreme heat warnings going on as well as major heat risk, and we're not going to really have much of a cool down until later this weekend when we can expect some cloud cover. As far as some tips for the heat, make sure you're avoiding, prime heating hours of 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., as well as staying hydrated. From the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Madison Kaminsky.
Thanks, Madison. Coming up next, senior citizens in Tempe get a lesson on hailing cabs in 2026.
We'll share some tips and tricks for using ride-sharing apps safely.
I don't want them to make a decision out of fear. I want them to make a decision out of knowledge.
More on the story coming up next on Cronkite News.
As a teacher, you just want to reach people. You want to make a difference. You want to help them. I have an opportunity to do something I never imagined I would be able to do. Go out and build the best biology class the world has ever seen. When you go into Dreamscape Learn, you put on a set of goggles and you can go anywhere. You can be anyone and do anything. The thing about Arizona State University is they're always thinking about what's next. We can create virtual reality experiences so that you can learn by exploring in a virtual world the way that scientists explore in the real world. And kids can feel that. All these emotions are what help the brain encode information. When I see a student come out of VR, the look on their face is nothing like I've ever seen when I finish a lecture. They look so happy to be there in that moment. You know that you've reached them.
Welcome back to Cronkite News. I'm Addison Lenhart with a look at today's news headlines.
Will benefit. So ring the bell, Mr. President.
That's President Trump ringing the bell for the New York Stock Exchange from the White House this morning for the first time ever. President Trump's opening of the stock market marked the launch of what the president calls Trump accounts. According to the IRS, they are designed to become retirement accounts, mimicking a traditional IRA. For children born between January 1st of 2025 and December 31st of 2028, $1,000 per child will be deposited into the account from the U.S. Treasury Department. The accounts were part of the president's One Big Beautiful Bill Act, though it has not yet been determined if this will affect an account holder's financial aid eligibility. Meanwhile, President Trump is heading to the NATO summit in Turkey tomorrow, where the leaders of 32 nations are set to discuss issues in global politics. Leaders across North America and Europe will be addressing defense spending, with some countries struggling to meet the benchmark of providing 5% of their respective GDP, and the ongoing war in Iran, as well as discussing defense industry innovation and overall national security in the wake of further AI implementation, according to Forbes and Politico. The backdrop and main focus on this year's summit will be the war between Russia and Ukraine, as Russian forces have set off a series of attacks once again. This morning's drone and missile attacks killed 22 people in and around the capital city of Kyiv, just days after another strike targeting the Ukrainian capital took 21 more lives, as over 350 drones and almost 70 ballistic missiles were released. Now, leading up to the NATO summit, President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the media, emphasizing the need for defense assistance. Take a listen.
Unfortunately, there is a shortage of anti-ballistic capabilities, a shortage of patriots, and our partners, primarily the United States and our European partners, need to be more proactive in providing assistance with us.
President Zelensky will be in attendance for the summit in Turkey, where he is expected to not only meet with President Trump, but plead his case to the other member nations on their involvement in Ukraine's war efforts going forward. Now, coming back to the States, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk appeared in court today for a preliminary hearing. The hearing for 23-year-old Tyler Robinson is an important step in Utah's court system. The judge will determine if probable cause supports the charges, and if the judge allows the case to proceed, Robinson will then have a hearing and a chance to enter pleas. Kirk's family and widow attended the hearing. Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, which is headquartered here in Phoenix, was shot and killed last year in Utah. Being safe online is mandatory in a technology-filled world, especially for the older generation. The FBI reports seniors lose hundreds of millions of dollars every year in online scams. Cronkite News reporter Ryan Orsini looked at a course trying to help seniors.
The pros are that it's really easy to find rides.
It may seem obvious, but tips and notes like this can mean the difference between being safe or in danger. Connect Tempe's workshops help create an awareness for being online and in the world. This week's topic focuses on transportation.
One of the biggest barriers we have for our aging adults is transportation. And so it's exciting that we get the opportunity to teach them about rideshare and the different opportunities that are out there. And so being able to offer them this access, and maybe it's even just a ride once a week to get out of their house and try something different, is like opening their world.
According to the app Lyft, 600,000 older adults choose to give up their keys in the face of declining vision, reflexes, and hearing. Tips like tracking your driver's car, sharing your location with family or friends, and being aware of personal belongings while using rideshare services help provide an easy and smooth experience.
I don't want them to make a decision out of fear. I want them to make a decision out of knowledge, that they are, you know what, this is something that I would like to try.
According to the FBI, scam artists collect $3.4 billion a year from seniors, and it is only expected to keep rising. The goal of these free courses is to help seniors feel comfortable and confident online.
Through these classes and just knowing what resources are available, I'm a lot more comfortable. I'm not going to crash the system. And if something crashes, just start all over again.
Whether it is in the car, online, or on the computer or telephone, being comfortable is what our seniors want.
They deserve it. They are a really important part of our community. They are the ones that have the wisdom.
In Tempe, Ryan Orsini, Cronkite News.
Thank you, Ryan. And as the academic year is just around the corner, universities are starting to feel the effects of funding cuts from the Trump administration. PhD admissions are down 15% compared to last year, as shown by new data taken from members of the Association of American Universities, which educate about half of the nation's research doctoral students across their 71 members. University leaders say these cuts could lead to fewer scientists and university instructors in the coming years, as the administration argues that federal grants should not fund what it calls politically driven research. That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Addison Lenhart. Thank you for joining us. Now back to Zoe and Andrew at the desk.
Thanks, Addison. Coming up next, a high school coach has made an amazing recovery after a freak accident.
And his friends, family, and town all gave him a warm welcome home. More on how the community came together for the coach coming up next on Cronkite News.
This is where Cronkite can be creative.
When I was younger, there were no engineers around me. So I had to become my own role model. At ASU, I wasn't just learning to be an engineer. I was actually engineering. And graduating, I already had real-world jobs lined up. Before ASU, my goal was to be a strong, confident woman. And when I left, I became a strong, confident engineer.
Welcome back. A Texas track coach had an unfortunate accident at a meet, causing him to have a serious brain injury.
This last weekend, he finally came home from the hospital and received the love from his family and from his hometown.
Coach Blake Kurtzinger was hit in the head by a shot put at a track meet last May, causing extreme swelling in his brain, resulting in parts of his skull being removed. Kurtzinger may have found his way home after 2 months, and his recovery is nothing short of remarkable. The community surprised him with a heartwarming welcome once he came home. The coach still has a lot of rehab ahead where he will learn to speak again. That's all for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Zoe Lamb.
And I'm Andrew Montana. Thank you so much for joining us.
And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log into cronkitenews.azpbs.org.